This is Single-Pak Link. To learn more about the Game Boy Advance Single-Pak multiplayer functionality, such as how to connect compatible games with GBA link cables, be sure to check out my how-to video, link in the description. The final game in the simple 2960 Tomodachi Series is a card game compilation featuring 11 Single-Pak linkable games for up to 4 players. To access the multi-boot mode, select the third option from the main menu, then the second option when GBAs are connected. The load time is going to be longer because it's installing all 11 games at once, so players are free to switch to any game at any time without restarting the GBAs. This is a highly welcomed quality of life feature. Before you can play a game, you need to assign a character portrait to each player, which is annoying because you need to choose one for every game every time. The roster is also interesting because it's composed of unexpected characters, including Apocalypse and Evil Kappa, that dog from Doug, and even the Burger King. The first game is Old Maid, where you need to make pairs. The second game is Speed, where you need to place cards in 2 piles in order as fast as possible. The third game would glitch out on me and lock up my GBA when I tried to boot it up, so there might be some kind of a bug here. The fourth game, you need to match the suit or the number in the middle. Game 5 is classic blackjack, but it kinda sucks because it only lets you play one hand at a time. Game 6 has players taking turns placing cards in the middle. Game 7 is playing 4 hands of poker at the same time. The 8th game has players placing higher card values in the center. Game 9 is the classic turn cards over until you find a pair game from a 4x13 grid, which takes forever to clear. I don't really understand what's happening in the 10th game, something about lining up cards in the middle. The final game is basically Uno, and you need to place a card with the same suit or number. There is an icon for a 12th game, but this is actually Solitaire, so it isn't accessible when linked. While it's not as good as Ultimate card games, this is a decent card game compilation, one that card game fans might want to check out even if they don't understand Japanese. Not having to restart the GBAs to play a different game is very user-friendly. Players can quit and return to the main menu at any time, and the soundtrack is also pretty good, although it only comes from the host GBA. The game also keeps a running tally of all the points earned at the end of each match, but again, choosing to play as Apocalypse each time you want to fire up a new game is cumbersome. So if you want an obsolete way to play digital card games while tethered to a short-length link cable, put this one on your radar if you manage to find a copy in the wild. But what do you think? Would you have played multiplayer card games this way if you had this game back in the early 2000s? Or perhaps you're more into board games? Or maybe you just prefer to give all your money to the local casino. Let me know in the comments. And if you like this one cartridge multiplayer coverage, be sure to check out my GBA Single-Pak playlist right here on my channel. Until next time, thank you for watching and game on.